Wing Rider, a shadowy flight into the dangerous world of a man who is fearless, a young loner on a crusade to champion the cause in a world of reckless automobiles. These are my MotoVlogs.
It is 6 o'clock Wednesday, December the 20th, and I am checking in to the Chris Caliente Wing group. We are live on Facebook. We're doing it again out here in the Caliente garage. What's up, Brad Duckett? Can you hear me okay out there? Dunny Teflon is watching. What's going on, Dunny? We're doing this thing live out here in the Caliente garage. Stephen Weber. What's going on, fellas? Today is Wednesday, December the 20th. You guys have a good day at work today? It's been raining all day in Memphis. All day. The rain put a damper on my ride. So I'm hoping you guys had some good weather where you live today. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Chris. Out in the Caliente garage, checking in with all my Facebook members. What's going on, Russell Cecily? What's up, Dark Knight? I hear you, my brother. Stephen Weber. Everybody doing okay out there? And I decided to just do this live feed again today. I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. The 5,000 subscribers live was very successful, which I think a lot of people said they liked it. They wanted to see me doing more live feeds in the Chris Caliente Wing group on Facebook. Can you guys hear me out there? Let's see if I can add you guys. Calvin Barton. Lamar L-Dog. What's up, fellas? Sounds good. Okay, so Brad Duckett said he can hear me okay. What's going on, Brad Duckett? We're just out here in the Chris Caliente Wing garage. Today is Wednesday, December the 20th, and I just decided to do this live feed. Just thanking everybody. The 5,000 subscribers video was very successful. And I also forgot to mention that your boy Chris put up over 500 videos. 500 videos. I forgot to actually mention that in the last live feed. So I appreciate you guys. 5,000 subscribers, over 500 videos. So today I think I just want to answer some questions. I'm going to let you guys decide the topic on this live feed on Facebook. Some of you guys may have some questions for me. Just ask me anything. We're just doing it live. What's going on, Patrick LaPale? Stephen Howley. What's up, Stephen? Out in the UK. I see you watching, my brother. I'm just doing it live. I'm going to let you guys talk to me today. See if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me. My phone always rings every time I motovlog, and I hope I didn't lose my live feed. My phone is ringing at this time. I'm gonna give it a second, and hopefully I didn't lose my live feed. Okay, I'm still on. Good. Can't a wang float? I hear you there, Dark Knight. Russell Sasley. Like I said, I'm gonna let you guys just ask me some questions. No questions are off limit for your boy Chris. 6 o'clock in the evening. The rain put a damper on my ride today, so I just decided to do this live feed. It was so successful on the 5,000 subscribers that I decided to do another live feed out here in the Caliente garage. So if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me, go ahead and ask me, because I'm reading, I'm looking live. Okay, Donnie Teflon, what's the advantage of a GoPro compared to a Cena 10C? You know, if you're gonna start in the words of motovlogging, or in the terms of motovlogging, and that's a very good question, Donnie. As far as motovlogging, you gotta have a good video camera. You gotta have some good audio. Okay. As far as the 10C is concerned, you basically have an all-in-one. You have a camera, Bluetooth, with the audio all in one. So that's a big advantage to having a 10C. You're not going to get that high frames per second on the video, but it's going to be very convenient all in one. As far as the GoPro is concerned, the GoPro is going to give you some very good footage. You can't beat that resolution on the GoPro, but then you have to capture your voice on that GoPro camera. And if you're riding on a motorcycle, you're probably going to need a good microphone, like a wired lapel microphone, or you're going to need some type of Bluetooth setup like the Cena GP10. So for me, I like to use the GoPro. For beginners, for guys starting out, I think the Cena 10C is it has its advantages because it's all in one. So that is the difference. And I hope I answered your question, Donnie Teflon. And Donnie says he's trying to convince himself to buy a GoPro. So we're going to move on to the next question. You guys want to ask me any questions? We're doing it live out here in the Caliente garage. Like I said, I don't want to be redundant, but the 5,000 subscriber video was very successful. And I forgot to mention that your boy Chris put out over 500 videos. 500 videos. Check the record. So if you guys have any questions you want to ask me live right here tonight, we're doing it live out here in the Caliente Go Wing Garage. And I'm reading your comments live on Facebook. Stan Hickson is watching. What's up, Jimmy? Jimmy Woodall is watching. Calvin Burton says he just upgraded to the GP10. So far, so good. Steven Weber saying 500 videos, awesome. Hey, I appreciate you guys, man. If you guys want to get into some motovlogging, I'll do a later video on what it takes to start motovlogging. But in the meanwhile, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask me, we're doing it live out here in the Caliente garage. And I'm reading your comments. Daniel Moore, will you plan any meetup ride to Wingding 2018? Coming from Detroit. I appreciate that, Daniel Moore. Yes, I plan on sending out an invite for anybody that want to ride to Wingding with me. It'll probably be sometime in January. When I put that invite out, I'll do it on YouTube and also on Facebook. So if any of you guys plan on riding to Wingding and you want to ride with me, I'll put that invite out sometime in January. So the answer to your question is yes. And that was from Daniel Moore. He's in Detroit. Leah Fields sending love from the Chi. I guess the Chi-Town. What's the the Chi-Town? I hear you, Chi-Town, in the house representing. So I'm just gonna sit back and read some of these comments. If you guys have any questions you want to ask me, feel free. We're doing it live today. You are choosing the topic. I know some of you have been wanting to ask me some questions for a long time, so now's the opportunity. You may not get the opportunity again. We got a lot of people watching. We got Brad Duckett. We got Donnie Teflon, Steven Weber. We got Daniel Moore's watching, Brad Duckett. Stephen Howley from the UK is watching. Lawrence Hall, he says no sound. Can you guys hear me? Because Lawrence Hall says no sound. We got Dark Knight in the house. Calvin Barton, Lamar L Dog. Dark Knight says he's living in wet paradise. Patrick LaPelle is watching. Steven Weber is watching. Lamar L Dog says he hear me okay. Lee Lavender is watching. Patrick Purdue Sr. is watching. Bring them on camera. Okay, I'll try to add you. I'm assuming that I don't have to add you if you can already see me. Steven Weber asks me, he wants to know, are you staying home for Christmas? Yes, I will be at home for Christmas. I have to work Christmas week, so I will be home for Christmas. Dark Knight asks, can a wing float? Well, you know what they say, it don't rain on a gold wing, it rains around it. So I think a wing could float. I haven't tested the theory yet, Dark Knight, but I believe it could float. Robert Lupton is watching. Chuck Hill is watching. Leah Fields. Okay, Leah Fields. She's saying, what's up, Chris? What is your opinion on females on gold wings? I think there's nothing more sexier than a female on a motorcycle. I think that is one of the most sexiest things that I could see. So I think that's a great idea. I wouldn't recommend starting out on a gold wing for a new rider, for a new female rider. I would recommend maybe upgrading to that gold wing. But I think it's great. I think it's nothing more sexier than a woman on a motorcycle. If you guys have any more questions, go ahead and ask them. I'm letting you guys choose the topic out here live in the Caliente Gold Wing Garage. And I'll put this also. This will also be on YouTube as well. Al Morales is watching. David Lipner is watching. Lance Chapman has a question. He said, I have the Hero 6. What can I use for audio? I'm going to be honest with you, Lance. I don't use the GoPro Hero 6. I'm using the GoPro Hero 4. I'm sure that GoPro makes a mic adapter for that camera, and I'm just guessing. What's up, Jimmy?
What's up, babe?
I'm doing a live feed, man. What's up?
I got you, man. Hey, what about the cookout, man? Hey, I ain't hey.
We working on that, Jimmy.
You know, I'm gonna lean on you about that. Hey, look, I just went and got me a die-hard battery. I'm riding until the ground, long as the ground's dry, man. You just started something now, man.
Hey, I appreciate that, Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm gonna ride till long as the ground is dry.
Jimmy, where are you at, in Baltimore?
Yep.
I got family up there, bro. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah, man.
I'm trying to answer some of these questions, man. You cutting in on some of my viewers, man.
My bag, baby.
No, you good. I'm just sitting here, you know, we doing it live from the Caliente Garage. You know, Jimmy, the 5,000 subscribers video was such a success. I had a lot of people emailing me and contacting me saying, wow, Chris, I really like that. I wish you would do another vid like that. So I just decided to do it live. And I forgot to mention that I actually dropped 500 videos.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, 500 videos, 5,000 subscribers. So I'm gonna keep answering questions.
All right. You know, I'm gonna keep leaning on you about the cookout till you get it going.
Okay. I appreciate that, Jimmy.
All right, babe.
Okay, all right.
All right, let me get.
And that was Jimmy, all the way from Baltimore. But as far as the GoPro 6, I'm sure you can contact GoPro and find out if they make a mic adapter for that camera. Or you can probably even look online. Like I said, I don't have the GoPro 6, I have the Hero 4. So I don't want to give you any bad information, but I'm assuming that they actually make a mic adapter for that Hero 6. And let me also say this, and this is just my personal opinion. I think a lot of these, like GoPro, they're not thinking about motovlogging. You know, they're doing more videos on, you know, jumping out of airplanes, you know, surfboarding, bungee jumping. I don't think motovlogging is even on their list, but I can be wrong. You know, that's just my personal opinion. So we're going to keep it moving. We're going to see if anybody else have any questions for your boy Chris. Out here live in the Caliente garage. Stephen Howley in the UK, South Wales. He wants to know, what do you think of a car type on a Gold Wing? What do I think of a car tire? Oh, okay. What do I think of a car tire on a Gold Wing? Dark siding. Yeah, here in America we call that dark siding. Well, in my personal opinion, and you know, that is a touchy subject, Stephen. You know, there's three things I don't like to generally talk about. That's religion, politics, and dark siding. But since I did say you can ask me anything, for me personally, I recommend going with what the manufacturers recommend. I don't recommend putting a car tire on a motorcycle. And like I said, that's a touchy subject. You're going to have a lot of guys saying, well, I've been doing it for years. It works for me. There's nothing wrong with it. Hey, do what you do, brother. You know, it's your life and you live it. In my opinion, I would not put a car tire on my motorcycle. I just wouldn't do it. Now, if I got low on money and maybe I was out in the desert and I was stranded and I didn't have any other choice, then I would put a car tire on my Gold Wing. But if I could afford it, I'm gonna put what the manufacturers call for, and that's a OEM motorcycle tire. And that's just my personal opinion. I'm not trying to tell you guys not to do it, but for me personally, I'm gonna put a motorcycle tire on my Gold Wing. I appreciate that question, Stephen Howley. That's a good question, and I'm sure I'm gonna get a lot of kickback for saying that I don't recommend putting a car tire on your motorcycle. Appreciate that, Stephen Howley, all the way from South Wales in the UK. We're gonna keep on moving. Stan Hickson is watching. Appreciate that, Daniel Moore. Appreciate that, Lance Chapman. Enrique Horn. What's going on, Enrique? Leah Fields asked a very good question. We're going to keep it moving. And I'm just kind of scrolling through some of these questions that you guys put up. Some things that you may want to ask me. What's going on? Ty Ware, a.k.a. Maniac. What's going on, Maniac? I see you. I'm doing it live out here in the Caliente garage. David Lipner says, we hear you. Alan Boone says he can hear me. Okay, we got another question. Stan Hickson. Stan Hickson asks, are you guys riding to Daytona Bike Week in March? You know, that's a good question. I think that that's going to be around spring break. I don't know yet. It's on my list, but I'm not 100% sure yet. Will we be riding to Daytona Bike Week in March? It's a high probability, but it's not 100% in concrete as of yet. So let me get back with you on that question, Stan Hickson. And I'm just reading some of these questions again. We're doing it live. We're doing it live out here in the Caliente garage. I appreciate all my viewers and subscribers for signing up for the Chris Caliente Gold Wing group and also following me and subscribing to my YouTube channel. We got another question. Hold on, we got a couple more questions. Let me back it up a little bit. Donnie Teflon says, sexier would be a woman packing a gun on a motorcycle. Oh, okay. Yeah, he did debo my live feed. Yeah. I've never seen a cut in. Oh, Jimmy, that's my man, man. I love Jimmy. Okay, Ashley Seaver asks, are you guys planning to ride near Florida, Tennessee, or the Carolinas? The answer would be yes. I just can't give you the dates yet. I don't know what the dates will be, but yes, we will be riding near Florida, definitely Tennessee, or the Carolinas. So the answer to your question, Ashley Seaver, the answer is yes, we will be riding. I just can't give you a date yet. But I appreciate the question. And Daniel Moore says, I appreciate what you think, bro. Uniting people is your gift. Keep up the good work. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming together on the Chris Caliente Gold Wing group, coming together on Facebook. I appreciate that, man. Patrick LaPale, did you know that me and my best friend bought a Gold Wing because of you, and we're in bike heaven? Hey, I appreciate that, Patrick, man. You know, a lot of people from all over the world tell me that because of my videos that they have went out and bought a Gold Wing. I have a lot of people tell me that. I mean, I hear that at least every week, all the time. But I appreciate you guys. You know, I love the Honda Gold Wing. It changed my life. It's something that I enjoy riding, I enjoy doing, and I just want to share that with you guys. The Honda Gold Wing is an excellent machine. I recommend it for anybody, for everybody. So Patrick, I hope you are really enjoying that motorcycle, man, and just ride safe, man. Just keep it on two wheels. Dwayne Ward is watching from Baton Rouge. What's up, Baton Rouge? Dwayne Ward. He says he watched me all of the time. Oh, Dunny Teflon say they need to see one of my vids and make a GoPro Caliente special. You know, man, I totally agree. I totally agree. You know, when I talked about on my last video about getting burned out, what I was actually saying is that I don't get tired of motovlogging. I don't get tired of making videos. I get tired of negativity. When you start motovlogging, you get a lot of people, man, that start hating on you. You get a lot of people that maybe, you know, they don't like what you're doing. For just as many people that love you, you're going to have a few people that do not like you. And so I just want to kind of clear that up. I know I said I get discouraged sometimes. I love videoing. I love motovlogging. And one thing also that I forgot to mention is that a lot of the things that you guys see me do in my videos is things that I was doing when I was a kid. I forgot to say that in the 5,000 subscribers video, and that's what I was trying to get to. But you know, live videos ain't always perfect. I was basically saying that the things I was doing as a kid, popping wheelies, talking on the CB radio and communicating and stuff like that, that is the stuff that you see me doing in my videos now. So when you're watching my videos, it's like watching the things that I was doing when I was a kid, just more, you know, of a more advanced level. So I just want to put that out there. I love making videos. I love motovlogging. But sometimes it gets tough, man. You have a lot of people out there shooting at you from all different directions. A lot of people, they don't like what I do. You know, they do not like what I do. And sometimes that discourages me, you know, because I never got into this motovlog thing for competition. I never got into it to compete with somebody. It's just something that I just did for fun. And it caught on, and a lot of people love it. A lot of people enjoyed it. And it started taking off. It starts developing a life of its own, and I started bringing people together. But on the flip side, you got a lot of people that don't like it. You got a lot of people for their own sick reasons, they don't like what I do. And when those guys start thumbing down my vids and talking crazy, you know, it just make me want to say sometime, I tell you what, I don't have to do this. You know, nobody pays me to do this. I'm not looking to get paid. I don't monetize my vids. So I don't make any revenue. Everything that I bought it, you know, out of my pocket. I got a couple things that were sponsored to me. But for the most part, I bought everything out of my pocket. Nobody bought anything for me. And, you know, I don't make any money doing it. When I mention businesses, when I mention items, everybody started making money. Honda makes money from selling Gold Wings. Cena makes money from selling headsets. It doesn't matter if I endorse it, people start making money, but no money comes back to me. So when I get discouraged sometimes, it's because I get a lot of negative energy that comes my way. And a lot of times it makes me want to say, you know, what's the point? You know, what is the point? But I appreciate all of you guys supporting me and supporting the group and supporting my YouTube channel. And it keeps me moving forward. So I just want to clear that up for you guys. So I appreciate that, Donnie Teflon. I know I kind of got away from your question saying they need to make a Chris Caliente special camera. That would be awesome, man. I would love if somebody approached me and wanted to endorse me, you know, or ask me to endorse them rather. I think that would be great. I get a lot of emails of, you know, smaller companies wanting me to advertise their products, but some of their things that I would never put on the Gold Wing. So I don't try to advertise their products. Certain little lights and things like that is no interest of me. So I'll never try to endorse those products. The only things that I think would be good for what I do, for what I think you guys would love for your Gold Wing. So we're gonna keep on moving. Michael Humphreys is watching. Okay, Charles John. What's up, Charles John? And Charles John asks, Chris, could you make a video how you edit your MotoVlogs? Well, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm not gonna make a video showing you how to make my MotoVlogs. You guys are gonna have to do some of your own research, just the way I did when I started MotoVlogging. Nobody told me, nobody showed me. I just started doing a lot of research and finding out those answers myself. So you're gonna have to do the same thing. I can't give you all of the information. So some things, you know, what I will tell you is that Charles, they do make free editing softwares, and they make software that you actually have to pay for. They're all basically the same. You just have to find what works best for you. But there are a lot of videos out there how to edit videos. You can look those up on YouTube. They're already out there. Is no need for me to reinvent the wheel. So you can look those videos up on YouTube, and it'll show you how to edit videos, and you edit motorcycle videos the same way. But I'm not gonna put out a video showing you guys how I edit my videos. You know, that's like asking Colonel Sanders, what's the secret to your recipe? You know, some things you gotta kind of keep to yourself. I mean, and you guys have to research that and look that up. I mean, it's out there. The information is out there. You just have to research it. So I appreciate that, Charles John. That's a very good question, because a lot of people have actually asked me that. But, you know, like I tell them, you can find the softwares, free software and software that you pay for. They're basically the same. You just have to find what works best for you and find that information out, like on YouTube or Google. Will probably be the best way to answer that question. So appreciate that, Charles John. And I'm just reading, so I'm just scrolling through, looking at some of these questions. Jerome Smalls is watching. Okay, and Dark Knight put up a comment. He says, you know, I guess in relation to dark side in your motorcycle, Dark Knight is saying insurance companies can use it as an excuse to deny claims with non-OEM tires. And I have heard that before, that if you put a car tire on your motorcycle, that an insurance company could actually deny your claim if something were to happen. I've heard that before. Dark Knight just put it up on the live Facebook feed. You guys can look into that. That's another reason why I will not put a car tire on my motorcycle, is because if I have an accident, I don't need my insurance company trying to wiggle their way out of being liable. So you guys got to take that into consideration. I'm not going to tell you guys not to do it, but you need to take that into consideration. And we're going to answer some more questions. We're going to keep going. Bobby Goolsby is watching. Delray Road Rick is watching. Okay, Bobby Goolsby said, yep, that's spring break week. So that, I may be there. I don't want to say yet. I don't want to commit. But it's a high probability that I will be in Florida for spring break. I knew it. I knew that question was going to come up. I knew it. Okay. Lamonte R. Fegan, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Are you getting a new Gold Wing? I knew that question was going to come up. I knew it. Oh, Lamonte R. Fegan, am I going to get a new Gold Wing? I'm going to be honest with you. If you look at my setup right now, you look at my GL 1800, you look at my candy red trailer, my warranty, I have an unlimited warranty on my GL 1800, and it don't go out until 2023. I have an unlimited mile warranty. Do you really think that I need a new Gold Wing? And for me, the answer would be no. There's no real reason why I need a new Gold Wing. It would be only for a want. So to answer your question, Lamont, I called you Lamont or either Lamonti. But either way, I seriously doubt that I get a new Gold Wing. I seriously doubt it. Now, I will say this. If Honda would want to sponsor me with the new Gold Wing, I'll be glad to ride it. You know, if a Honda executive want to contact me, you can email me at chriscaliente@yahoo.com and we can talk about it. But as far as me going out just buying a 2018 Gold Wing, I seriously doubt it. I don't think that is going to happen. We doing it live. Everything's not always perfect. I appreciate you guys tuning in. 5,000 subscribers. I done put out over 500 vids, 500 videos. You think you want a motovlog? Go for it. You know, I have some big shoes to fill. You guys gonna have to catch up if you want to catch up to Caliente. Cause that's how I do it. Like I said, the stuff you see me doing in my vids is the stuff I was doing when I was a kid. I didn't tell you guys about the time I took a G.I. Joe two-way radio, and all of my friends in the neighborhood had G.I. Joe radios. But you know, that G.I. Joe radio wasn't strong enough for me. So what I did, I took an antenna that I made. I climbed up in my mom's attic. I hate to even, I'm embarrassed to even say this, but I climbed up in my mom's attic. I put the antenna through the roof outside, and I actually had a base station, G.I. Joe base station. So I had the most powerful two-way G.I. Joe radio amongst my friends. I was the only one that had a base station. So, you know, I was doing things like that as a kid. We was very poor, grew up very poor, didn't have no money. So I had to learn how to work on things like cars and bikes, because all I did was build bikes. You know, my dad was not there really. My mother couldn't afford to buy me a bike, so we would build our bikes. We build them. So we built our bikes, and as I got older, I bought a car, and I couldn't pay a mechanic to fix it, so I learned how to fix those things myself, and that's how I got into learning how to fix things, fix cars, fix bikes. I'm not a professional mechanic, but I can do work like a professional mechanic, because I just learned that skill set coming up as a young man, collecting my tools, and now I have this arsenal of tools and an arsenal of knowledge, and I just do all my own work. So I'm not a mechanic, but I do my own work as if I'm a mechanic. So a lot of stuff you see me doing in my vids is stuff that I was doing when I was a kid, when I was growing up. And so you see that now in my videos now. So if you wonder where I get my inspiration from, the stuff that you see me doing is stuff that I was doing when I was coming up. Second nature. It's just second nature. So no, I will not be getting a new Gold Wing Lamont Fegan. It's not my plan to get a new Gold Wing. I'm gonna answer a few more questions. We're doing it live out in the Caliente garage. It's Wednesday, December the 20th. I appreciate you guys tuning in to this live feed. Season's greeting from Shelton Henderson. Okay, we got another question from George Youngblood Berry. What do you think about people that are changing the exhaust on? Okay, they change the exhaust to get more power. I know sometimes you do typos. So what do I think of people that's changing their exhaust to get more power? Well, this is what you got to understand about exhaust. When you require more power, you're requiring more fuel. So you're not gonna get more power without sacrificing fuel. So you're either gonna get a high gas mileage with lower power, or you're gonna get high power and lower gas mileage. So you have to decide on what's more important to you. But those guys that run around here with those modified exhaust system, they're gonna lose their MPG. I'm not gonna say how much, it depends on their setup, but you're not gonna increase horsepower without increasing fuel consumption. So you're either gonna leave it stock and get greater miles per gallon and less horsepower, or you can get more horsepower and less miles per gallon. So I think it's just up to that individual. For me, I just like the OEM stock. I don't have a modified exhaust system. Everything that I have is OEM. I want to get the most miles out of my Gold Wing that I can get on a tank, because if I'm doing a long run, I don't want to be stopping every 100 miles to fill up. I want to be able to hit that 200 mile mark. And also, when you have that loud exhaust, it's gonna mess with your hearing. You know, it's good for making short trips, but when you're doing a long haul and you have loud exhaust, that's really gonna bother your hearing. So you may want to put some earplugs in or something like that. It just depends on that individual. For me personally, I like everything OEM. But that's a good question. And that was by George Berry, George Youngblood Berry. And you guys put where you located. You know, put that in your comments. So I'm just curious to where some of you guys, where you live. Alan Boone, do you find the camera on your helmet distracting while you are driving? It can be, but no, not for me, because I'm so used to it. I know it's there, so I don't let that camera distract me. But it can distract you, I guess, if you're focusing on the camera. But for me, it doesn't distract me. And you have to find the best camera placement for you. Some guys like it on the top, some guys like it on the front, some guys like it on the side. It just depends on what's best for you. But for me, no, it doesn't distract me when I'm riding. That's a good question, Alan Boone. Devin Thompson, do you have any plans of doing a roundup next year, which is being held in Springfield, Illinois? So in other words, am I going to the Bikers Roundup? No, I will not be at the Bikers Roundup because I have to work. So I will not be there, but some of my friends are gonna be there. Steven is gonna be there. Lane Banger should be there. Humdinger should be there. A lot of my friends are gonna be there. I'm not gonna make it because of right now. I'm gonna have to work that particular week. Now, if something changes, I'll be there. But as of right now, I will not be at the Bikers Roundup. So that's a good question, Devin Thompson. Wow, we've been on this thing almost 40 minutes. I started out at 6 o'clock, it's 6:40. And we're gonna keep it going for just a little bit longer. We're doing it live out in the Caliente garage, 5,000 subscribers, 500 videos. I'm still celebrating. Leah Fields asked the same question. Am I coming to the Bikers Roundup 2018 in Illinois? Right now, not now, because I have to work. Unless something changes. Okay, Delroy Ray Rodrick said, I've said it before and I'll say it again. I bought a Going after watching your vid, and I have signed up for Facebook just to access your group. Hey man, I appreciate that. I really appreciate that. You know, before I did the Caliente Going group, I wasn't big on Facebook. You know, it wasn't something that was high on my list. I'd like to keep some things private, so I didn't really do Facebook. So I finally made that decision to go to Facebook, and I think it was pretty good. It brought a lot of us together. A lot of people that's on my Gold Wing channel on YouTube signed up for the Facebook, so it gave everybody the opportunity to come together. So I'm glad that I did start this Chris Caliente Gold Wing group. I think it's the hottest Gold Wing group in the land, in my personal opinion. Okay, Tony Reno says he's watching all my vids. Lawrence Hall says I'm doing a great job. Daniel Moore, haters are the measurement of success. Hey, I appreciate that, Daniel. Believe me, man, your boy Chris got some haters out there. And I don't claim to be the biggest motovlogger. I, mistakenly said I'm the baddest motovlogger in the land. I meant Gold Wing motovlogger, first of all, in a joking kind of way. But you got a lot of guys out there that's got thousands and thousands of subscribers. So I don't try to compare where I am to where they are. I'm just happy, and I am secure in where I am. As far as the Gold Wing, I think nobody does it better, in my opinion. That's just my personal opinion. And to be honest with you, I am my biggest fan. I watch my own videos and critique myself more than anybody, because I just like things to be perfect. So yeah, haters are the measurement of success. I appreciate that, Daniel Moore, but I appreciate you guys for supporting the Chris Caliente Gold Wing group and supporting the Chris Caliente YouTube channel. Bringing a lot of like-minded people together. I tell you, Jimmy said I had 3 wives and 3 gold wings and I still got a gold wing. So I assume, Jimmy, you don't have the wives anymore. That's a good one. Okay, Ashley Seaver. I'm a first-time bike owner and a rider. I started with a gold wing. I purchased the bike before even test driving it, only because of the confident guys like you and Jerry Palladino. You guys give yeah, Jerry Palladino is great, man. Jerry Palladino, the dude, the guy is awesome. I don't know why I didn't give a shout out to Jerry Palladino, but while I'm doing it, yeah, shouts out to Jerry Palladino. I got one of his CDs, Ride Like a Pro. You guys can learn a lot from Jerry Palladino. That's very good. I appreciate that, Ashley. Where you from, Ashley? Okay, Delroy says, I missed some of your reflection type videos where you just roll out solo and bring up some topics that you are thinking about that day. Talking about popping wheelies as a kid and talking about the CB radio. Hey, thank you, man. You know, that's how I do it. You know, I don't have a system to it. It's just, you know, I wake up and I just give it to you, you know, off the top of my head. I don't have an outline. Wavy, Marlon Stokes. What's up, Wavy? Marlon Stokes is watching. What's going on, Wavy? Ricky Mad Dog Phillips is watching. Ricky Mad Dog. Maybe, just maybe, you're doing it for your 5,000 followers and not for those negative people. You know, I like to say this, Patrick. For the ones that keep thumbing down my vids, you know, I do understand. But why do you do that? Why do you even watch my vids if you're gonna thumb down? If you're gonna thumb down, at least say why. You know, it's like I can put out a video and before I even get it uploaded good, they thumb down my vid. So obviously, you like my videos because you keep watching. If you don't like them, don't watch them. I mean, I can accept criticism. Like I said, I'm my biggest critic. But if you're gonna thumb down, tell me why. Maybe I can improve it. But you know, when it comes to haters, you know, it's nothing you can do. You know, when people don't approve of you, they just not gonna approve of you. But I appreciate the haters for watching because you help make this channel successful as well. So shouts out to my haters, whoever you are. Appreciate that, Patrick. Dunny Teflon said, amen. Ricky Mad Dog said, keep moving forward. I agree, Stephen. The Chris Caliente package. I agree with you. Wave in the house. Devin Thompson says, what software do I use to edit my videos? I use Wondershare for Mora. Wondershare. They started out, it was Wondershare, and I think they combined with Filmora, so it's like 2 names. Wondershare Filmora. Film, Filmora is the software that I use. Stephen Weber said, I pray you never have an accident. Man, I pray that I never have an accident, Stephen. Stephen Weber, I pray, every time I ride my Gold Wing, I pray. You know, I hope no one ever has an accident. I mean, it could happen, but I agree, brother. I pray that I never have an accident. Okay, Delroy Roderick say insurance will get you with dark siding if you get into an accident. I've heard that before, Delray. So guys need to think about that if they're thinking about dark siding. Bobby Goolsby. Look like I need some heat in my garage. Man, you really? Do I need to show you my heater? It's on right next to me. I guess you're saying that because I have on this Gold Wing jacket. It's what I do, brother. So no, I don't need a heater in my garage. I actually have a 5,000 BTU heater that I don't even have on. And I also have one of those dish heaters. It's on next to me. You can't see it, but trust me, it's there. So no, I don't need a heater. Appreciate that, Bobby Goolsby. Kip Metcalf is watching. Marvin Hartman says he asked a State Farm agent and she replied she could see no reason that State Farm would not cover, but it might come into play on who is at fault. Like I said, man, 3 things I don't like to talk about: politics, religion, and dark siding, because it's just a never-ending debate. I say dark side at your own risk. I'm not gonna say don't do it, but you know, you assume responsibility, good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just gonna recommend go with the OEM manufacturer recommendation, but you do what you want to do. And that's a very good comment, Donnie Teflon. I mean Marvin Hartman. I apologize, Marvin Hartman. Donnie Teflon said I have to get off soon. Can you shout out on Joshua? He's 8 and loving sand out on the Gold Wing. Oh, okay. I'd like to give a shout out to Joshua, 8 years old. And Joshua, your boy Chris, is out on the Gold Wing. Out on the Gold Wing. So shouts out to Joshua, 8 years old. No. Del Ray Rorick said, I will get a new one after I see it on the showroom. He didn't need a drone, but you got one. Yeah, I'd rather spend $1,500 on a drone than $30,000 on a Gold Wing. That's a big difference. Let's see, 1,500 or 30,000. You know, no, I doubt it. You know, I'm pretty secure. Again, if you look at my setup, as you can see, I don't need a new Gold Wing. I mean, it would be great for YouTube. It would be great for potential Gold Wing buyers for me to talk about that new Gold Wing and to give you guys my opinion about it. But it's just not my plans. It's not in my plans to go out and buy a new Gold Wing. Like I said, if Honda want to sponsor me with the Gold Wing, email me at chriscaliente@yahoo.com and I'll put my email address down in the description below. If any Honda executive is watching this video and would like to sponsor me with the 2018 Honda Gold Wing. But other than that, it's not my intention to go out and get a new Gold Wing. Maybe I'll let some other motovloggers that want to increase some subscribers and views and maybe let them go get one. I'm good for now. I don't think I'm gonna do it. I like this big bike. So I appreciate that, Delroy Roderick. I'm gonna shut it down in about 7 more minutes. 7 more minutes. You guys better come on with it. Michael Butler, when is spring break? It's in March. Michael Butler in West Memphis, Arkansas. I agree, Devin. As long as your 18 is up and running, no need to get one. Stephen Weber. Necessity is the mother of all invention. G.I. Joe Signal Corp. Hey, man, I had that G.I. Joe walkie-talkie. Man, it was a base station. You know, I think I was about 7, 8 years old. I was the only one with a G.I. Joe base station, man. Because I've always got into CB radios and base stations and stuff like that. Because, you know, back in the day, we didn't have cell phones. So you had to make your own phone. You had to make your own phone. So CB radios, ham radios, two-way radios was a big thing back then. Tony Corbett is watching. Charles Broadway is watching. Romel is watching. Patrick says, why mess with perfection? I totally agree with you. Marla Stokes says, I love them quiet. It's a luxury motorcycle, not a crotch rocket. Hey, Wavy, you're 100% correct, brother. That's, you know, I feel the same way you feel, Wavy. I totally agree. Ashley Seaver from Florida. Dale Ray's in St. Louis. Okay. Patrick LaChapelle is in Montreal, Canada. I appreciate that. Montreal, Canada. Shouts out to Viper1. He's also in Canada. Viper1. He's been following my videos for a long time. I don't know if he's on here on my Facebook, but Viper1 been following my videos a long time. He's also in Canada. So I appreciate that, Patrick. Millard Watley is watching. Lawrence Hill, member of the Buffalo Soldiers, Michigan. All righty, we got the Buffalo Soldiers live in the house. Lawrence Hall, Buffalo Soldier. Janice Hunter is watching. How you doing, Miss Janice? I love seeing ladies in the group. I love the diversity. I do. I really do. I think it brings a balance. I think I love to hear the ladies' input. So Janice Hunter is watching. James Payne. Andre Steverson. James Bird. Chris Young. Oh, Gold Wing Music Man. What's up, Gold Wing Music Man? Your satellite internet keeps kicking you offline. I'm sorry to hear about that, brother. You can watch this on, I appreciate that, Gold Wing Music Man. You can watch this also on YouTube. It will be up on the Chris Caliente YouTube channel. So if you missed this live feed, it'll be on YouTube. And we got about 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Somebody, Stephen Weber, whoa, Australia. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Scandalous is watching. We got Scandalous. Scandalous in the house. Mark Schultz is watching. He's in Iowa. I hope I pronounced your name right. You guys, you got to forgive me. I have a public school education. And some of your names is just, you know, I guess being from different areas and different countries, it's names that you're just not used to seeing. So it look like Mark Schutz. Mark Schutz from Iowa. Stephen Weber is from South Jersey. That's right. Del Ray said a Honda Goldwing, the most luxurious motorcycle in the land. I totally agree. Ricky Mad Dog, keep up the good work. Lost audio and video. I get the same thing, Mike too. Why watch if you're gonna thumbs down? Hey, I totally agree. I mean, I understand every now and then you may not like something, but why do you always thumb down my video? Every time I put a video, it's like thumbs down. Why are you even watching? And if you want to thumb down, tell me why. Maybe I can make that improvement. So, you know, if you want to thumb down my videos, that's fine. I can take constructive criticism, but at least tell me why so I can try to make the improvement. But, you know, like my pastor used to say, when people don't approve of you, there's nothing you can do to make them approve of you. Steven says, forget those thumb down viewers. Rick King is watching. I hear you there, Dark Knight. Dark Knight said, my wife says I gotta stop listening to you and take her out to eat. Well, let me give a special shout out. What's up, Gina? See, you didn't even know I remember you, right? Gina, you gotta let Dark Knight watch Chris Caliente. Watching Chris Caliente is like watching a part of Dark Knight. I learned to appreciate the back roads, and I learned to appreciate the scenic route by back roads, by Dark Knight. So he taught me that you don't have to get on the interstate and drive in a straight line. You can actually hit the back roads and be no more than 40 or 50 miles from the house, and it seems like you're 100 miles away. So I appreciate you, back roads, for that. So shouts out to you, Gina. Oh, you can see my breath? It's cold. Oh, you talking about on my shades? That's probably because it's warm and, you know, whatever. I appreciate that, Chris Young. Dwight Hobbs says, what's up? You have a biker prayer in your tank pouch. You're just cool in the jacket, my man. Hey, I appreciate that, Rick King. I saw one of your videos. Are you selling 12-volt plug-ins? I do from time to time. I generally charge about $100 to put you a 12-volt plug-in on your bike. That's parts and labor. You know, that's at if I'm not at a show or something like that. Now, if I'm at a show or something like that where I actually have to pay to be there, then it will cost you more. But generally about $100 is what I generally charge to put in a Chris Caliente custom car charger there. Someone says, thanks for keeping your group politics and religions free. Hey, man, I promise you, when you get into talking about religion and politics, you know, if I want to watch that mess, I can just turn on the television and get a bunch of negativity. So I try to keep that free off of my channel. Les Thompson is watching. Lane Banger. What's up, Lane Banger? Lane Banger's in the house, everybody. Barry Wilson is watching. Chi-Town's in the house. Man, y'all showing up and showing out. Look, I'm going to go ahead and end this video. I'm 1 minute over. I just want to say I want to thank all of my 5,000 plus subscribers, as well as you guys. I forgot to mention that I have put out over 500 videos. Check the record. I have no reason to lie. 500 plus videos in my library. As far as my subscribers, they done cut me off. I can't even see who subscribed to me now. So as the numbers go up, I guess after a certain point, they don't let YouTube do not let you see who subscribed to your channel. So 5,000 subscribers, over 500 videos that I put out over the last 2 or 3 years. And I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody for signing up for the Chris Caliente Gold Wing group. And I want to thank everybody for subscribing to my YouTube channel. And I'm going to go ahead and end this. Well, anyway, this is your boy Chris out in the Caliente garage. Out in the Caliente garage. And I will, as always, I will talk to you later. See ya.